We have a topic for you that might not sound too exciting, but can make a massive difference in the way you work with a remote team. It's a simple document that will cut time and the need for back and forth questions in your company's processes. We're talking about process documentation, what it is, and how it can be a total game changer, especially when you're hiring new remote team members and delegating tasks. What is process documentation? So, what's process documentation? Well, it's like having a clear set of instructions for how stuff gets done in your business. Think of it as your trusty guidebook that lays out all the steps, roles, and details for every process you've got going. The onboarding advantage. When it comes to onboarding, process documentation can be a lifesaver. You're not just telling your new hires what to do, you're showing them how to do it. For example, you've got a process for handling customer inquiries. Instead of explaining it over and over, they can just pull out that document which walks them through every step, from greeting the customer to resolving their issue. It's a time saver for both you and your new team members. Delegation made easy. Now, let's talk about delegation. You've got a bunch of tasks and you need to distribute them among your remote team. Without process documentation, it's like a game of telephone. You tell one person, they tell another, and by the time it reaches the person who needs to do the task, things might get lost in translation. But with clear process documentation, it's like you're sending out a playbook. You can assign tasks with all the instructions attached. This means fewer misunderstandings, smoother workflows, and better results. How to get started? Creating a processes documentation is not as complicated as it sounds. But before we dive into the steps, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, our channel is dedicated to assisting businesses like yours with their outsourcing requirements and optimizing their remote workforce. We're all about sharing insights on the best hiring practices, fostering cultural understanding, and managing your virtual team. Let's get started. Identify your processes. Start by listing the key processes and tasks you want to document. It could be anything from handling customer inquiries to content creation. Break it down. Take each process and break it down into clear, step-by-step instructions. Don't assume anything is too obvious. Spell it all out. Use plain language. Keep it simple. Avoid jargon or overly technical terms. You want everyone to understand it, right? Add visuals. If it helps, include screenshots or diagrams to illustrate your points. Keep it updated. Processes change, so remember to update your documentation regularly. In a nutshell, process documentation is like having a magic tool that streamlines onboarding and delegation. It serves as a means of clear communication within an organization, helping employees understand their roles and responsibilities. Thank you for joining us today. If you've enjoyed this video, please show your appreciation with a thumbs up and share it with your network who might find it valuable. To stay in the loop with our future content, hit that bell icon and we'll meet you in the next one.